So I got into teaching at Monash after doing my honours degree in 2005, because I was doing that in the Department of Epidemiology and Preventive Medicine, as it was known back then. And at the end of my honours, I had seen a PhD on biostatistics advertised. So I had a talk with Andrew Forbes and Rory Wolfe, but after some discussion, I was advised to do the Master of Biostatistics, which is what I did in 2006 onwards. And when I was doing my Masters, I was doing some teaching as a tutor on the side, which was some good pocket money while I was studying. So I was a tutor for 4 years while I was doing my Masters part-time. And then in 2010, I started working in the Women's Health Research Program as a research assistant, but I became an assistant lecturer when my contract became teaching and research. So I started off being research only and doing a bit of teaching on the side. But now I have a contract in teaching and research. I really enjoy the lecturing because it's a way of getting lots of students to learn the same material all at once. But I also like the small group tutorials, especially when you give students in the class like 30 minutes to work through a problem, and then you roam around and you're answering questions one-on-one. And sometimes a student will ask what they think is a dumb question, and it's such a good question, I'll stop the class discussion, answer the question, and I'll see a few light bulb moments. So yeah, I like it when a student has asked what they think is a dumb question and I answer it, and then they finally get it. One of the challenging things about teaching is the balancing act between research and teaching, because as an assistant lecturer, my contract at the moment is 1 day research and 3 days teaching. But in the middle of semester, when there's a lecture every week, there's student questions every week, there's tutorials every week, it's quite challenging to find time to do research. So over the last few weeks, I've just taught and taught and taught. And after semester is over, I'll probably spend a couple of weeks just doing research and not doing any teaching, just to get everything balanced up. So for students who are interested in teaching, the best way to start is to be helping students, other students in your tute one-on-one, if they don't get something and you understand it. The best way to understand it more is to try and explain it to someone else. And even when I was in year 12, I'd sometimes be explaining a chemistry problem to someone else in my class if I got it, just because I liked having one-on-one conversations, and I knew that having those one-on-one conversations would be good for my revision as well. And then of course just take lots of small stepping stones, because when I was a little kid I had lots of speech therapy, and when I was in year 12 at high school, I was getting panic attacks in the uni lecture theatre. So if you told me 15 years ago that I'd be lecturing 300 students, I would have been really surprised. But of course, because I've taken lots of small stepping stones, that's meant that I have gradually been able to increase my teaching responsibility just slowly. I haven't been plunged in the deep end at any point. I've been supported all along the way.